Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the Carter James Ranch. Here we are, February 20th. Beautiful day today, 65 degrees. Almost feels like spring has sprung, but we're going to be dropping down. It'll be a little cooler this week. So you see right there, that is a chicken. And we do not have any chickens here at the ranch. So what happened is we had her back at the home place. Came over here 2 days ago in my back of my truck. She had jumped in there. You'd think I'd learned by now. This is the second or third time this has happened. So I tried catching her 2 days in a row. Haven't tried real hard to catch her, but she's kept running away. But I told her yesterday, if you survive the night again, I'm going to catch you tonight. So got to make sure I don't leave the ranch here until I catch her. I'd hate for her to get caught. I know we have raccoons and cats and foxes all over the place. So yeah, definitely need to catch her. But she's been having a good day, picking through all the fun things to find over in the corral. So busy day here at the ranch. So here we are. We were having a lot of the trees trimmed today. So like any project, sometimes you run into problems. The guys were gonna work on taking this big one down, but their lift that they were gonna use to get up high, they had a problem, or a piece wasn't working. So they weren't able to do that, but well, they sure did a lot of trimming, which this will be great. Fire starter and firewood. And then here in the middle, they took down this tree that had died. And then we're gonna be taking down, I love that little tree right there. It's got some good appeal from the inside of the house, but it's just too close to the house. So we're gonna be taking down kind of all these couple trees right near the house. That big one over there is dead. It's hollowed out. So they're gonna be over here for a couple days once they get their lift fixed again. So I had to drop the cattle trailer back off over here. One bad thing about having big equipment in, especially when the ground's a little soft, it really tears it up. So I want to make sure I show you what the land clearing project did today. Today they got here pretty early. They came rolling in about 7:45. So let me get over here and I'll show you what they got done. Okay, back over here behind the barn. So in a previous video, it's actually a week ago, they showed up, worked for about 2 hours, and they cleared this area over here. I was pretty excited about what they got done in 2 hours. Just all with this machine here. We got some burn piles that they created. Let me walk you back here. You know, I don't know what it's like where you live. Land prices here in Kansas have just continued to climb. You know, we're fairly close to Kansas City, just south of it. And the price of land is just, I mean, it's dang near unaffordable, especially if you want to buy large tracts. And I'm not a big debt guy, especially on land, unless you're, I mean, I understand if you're going to take debt and you got a huge cattle herd and you can somehow figure out how to make the numbers work, but just buying land, you know, lease it out, you can't really support much debt. But look at this. He was digging here. Look at the size of some of these rocks. I am amazed that this property even grows any grass. Look at the size of that sucker. I'm gonna have to ask him to spread this out a little bit, especially that big one. I'm not gonna be able to lift that one. And he's just got, you know, he did all this with this piece of equipment. So he was here today. So going back to the price of land, if you can't buy it, I guess you can try to clear it. So I've mentioned we got a chunk over here in the corner of the ranch that has just been allowed to go back to forest. But like I said, he cleared right over there, and then today he was here for 10 hours. Now that he's cleared all this, I knew that this was slope, but sometimes once everything gets cleared out, you really realize how steep it is back here. But just like last Monday, very happy with what all they got done. And one of the main reasons why we delayed it This is the only place we ran into where it was still pretty wet. So we got a lot of moisture last week and just decided this would just be an absolute dumpster fire to try to clear land on this hill. So we got some burn piles. I actually applied for a burn permit. Here's what's interesting. The ranch is basically right in the city, but the city limits go around the ranch. So the ranch is actually part of the county, which is good because there's not any burning allowed inside the city limits. So I'll have to call tomorrow. You got to call every day just to get approval. They got to give you the okay, make sure the winds aren't going to be blowing too much. But I've never burned a burn pile. A little nervous about like that one since it's close to some live trees. Now the ground is moist, but I don't really want this to get out of control. So in my mind, I've kind of gone back and forth between, maybe we won't burn everything. Maybe we'll leave some for some rabbit habitat or critters. And I can always come in here and cut out wood for fires. But look at that sunset. We can see it through the trees. Unbelievable. But look at all this. There's still a lot of little cleanup that I'll have to do. I don't want him to spend his time coming in here and getting every little shoot. I just need this to get cleared out enough that I can get the livestock down here, start working them through, get some sunlight down here so we can grow some grass. We've got the pond dam is right there. It's really a shame that there's been trees allowed to grow up in that. I always heard that if you start clearing trees out of a dam, it can actually, stuff can start seeping through the dam where the roots die. So that's a really big dam. But again, the pond, there's a pipe in the pond. You can see we got water back here. This is wet most of the year. It'll dry out at times. But look at some of the trees back here. That huge tree right there in your screen, that was already down. That was already down there. But a lot of this stuff, all this small stuff, he'll be able to open this all up. I mean, look at this tree. This thing is huge. I get excited with this because this is a great place that I'll be able to, one, graze in the summertime if we can get enough sunlight down here to grow grass. But even the wintertime, this is just down in a huge draw. If we have horrible blowing snow, I can bring some hay bales down here, tuck the cattle down in here. So this could be a very useful part of the ranch. Like I said, I wanted to show you what he all got done. This is in 10 hours today. So let's just walk over here. Whew. Yeah, he said he didn't realize that there was this much rock, which I didn't realize there's this much rock in here either. But look at the difference in vertical, the height going up to that hill, and you still keep going down. So again, lots of area down in here to tuck away. But I know this will be a little difficult to grow grass on just because it's a hill and this faces the north. So, right now we're not getting a ton of sun down in here. I can hear a bunch of squirrels running through the grass. Let me show you. If you push this pile up, this should make a great little den for some raccoons. But I think too in the summertime this would be great to give the cattle access to on our rotation. Give them some shade. There's not a lot of shade on the ranch. I can barely see those squirrels. But what I was really excited about talking to the operator is, there's the train. The train comes right there, and I told him I don't need you to clear cut this whole thing. Just knock down, half these trees, and we will have cleared all the way almost back to the railroad track. And he cleared all the way up over here. And then there's actually a fence right over here that ties into the the other pasture that goes behind the house. So unbelievable. One day what got done back here. Lots of clearing. Man, I wish I was a little higher. I know that sunset is fiery. Yeah, so you can see that old gate right there. There's an old gate, and there's a little fence, a little crapper fence. Goes around that tree right there in the middle, and then kind of goes back down the hill. So it's difficult to find land. Hard to buy it if you can. Just pay to clear it. So that's what we're doing. Day one. Well, I guess day one meaning the first full day. Just having this stuff clear just makes it a lot easier to even walk back here and explore. And look at all this stuff. I mean, tools make the job, clearly. It would take me a lifetime to do this by hand. But look at this back here. Looks like someone built this. You always find junk back here. Tire rims. This is wood, old fencing. Tires, that seems to be a mainstay of old farm properties. Here's an old birdhouse right there. But that's the land clearing project. Sorry, it's a lot of rambling, but just wanted to show you what we've been able to do in one day. So I'm looking forward to getting some seed down here. Maybe in the 1st of March, especially once after we get past this last cold weather. And yeah, let's get some grass growing back here. Get the animals trampling on it, see what we can do. So look at all this rock. He started, you know what? He probably started taking all these trees out, not really realizing this is kind of an old rock wall. Just makes you wonder if someone built that. You know, someone built that 70, 80 years ago. And for what purpose? But yeah, fun to get some of these projects done. The tree trimming at the house, I don't love that. That's just, you have to do it out of necessity so that things don't fall and damage the house. But this product is fun to me so that we can make the ranch more efficient, give the stock some more animals, make sure we've got, gives me more options with the grazing. So all right, if you watched this far, thanks a lot for following us here, watching all that. Just wanted to show you what all got done. Beautiful evening, beautiful February evening. I'll leave you with that sunset. Hopefully, I'm pretty sure the picture doesn't do it justice. But thanks a lot for watching, everyone. God bless. Have a great evening.